cumulative wisdom, but it's really kind of keep secret until 40, 50 years ago in China. And I think for many reasons, historical reason, but also the deeper search is about searching for spiritual enlightenment, for immortality, for longevity. So it's really something people can really appreciate, but also not everybody ready for this kind of search. So if people have a chance to learn about it, they want to keep it for themselves. And so, but it's become valuable from just 40, 50 years ago in China. So another reason has not been available until now, because the teaching, the practice itself is very simple, but this esoteric aspect is working with energy. Energy is invisible. So Qigong, Qi means energy. When people ask me, what is energy? I ask back, what is not energy? Everything is made of energy. But recognizing beyond what is physical, what is visible, there's invisible energy in the universe. So that is infallible. That's very difficult for people to grasp. And so that's, I think, one of the reasons has been kept a secret, because normal people were not able to easily understand or grasp it if it is invisible, if it is spiritual, so to speak. Okay. And so, but now really recognizing that the practice is simple, you can directly experience the energy, even you don't see it with your eyes open, even you cannot touch it, or even scientifically, we have a hard time to measure. But the people realizing amazing result by doing these practice, especially repeating the practice, including healing of chronic disease, incurable conditions. So often people think, oh, this is impossible. I have tried everything already. How could, working with the invisible energy can cure these incurable or chronic conditions? The reason, is very simple. Is realizing that the power of the mind. The power of the mind is more powerful than the physical substance of drug and medicine. And that is something not everybody ready to recognize that. So for people recognize that, willing to do the work, then start to realizing these incredible benefit, really making the impossible possible. So Gong is practice. Is a continuous practice, working with energy. That's why I call Qigong. Qigong.
Practice working with energy.
Right.
Okay, cool. That's so. How, if you're just a beginner, how long should you work at it at a time?
Yeah, good question. So you can start in any time. You can start in now, especially nowadays have so much resources, including guided practice available through the internet. But in terms of how long you can practice, you can gradually increase. You can start in 15 minutes, then increase in 30 minutes, and some practitioners are ready for more. They can do 1 hour practice every day. So that's really investment. It's your choice. The result obviously proportional to how long do you practice. So if you practice only 5 minutes, that you can feel better. But that is the result of practicing 15 minutes is so much more. The result of practicing 1 hour a day, then is so much more. It's more than proportional. So it's really up to you. It's like, think of this as the investment, like every day you eat food to survive. But also you're receiving a lot of energy from the environment, even interaction of relationship, we're receiving, giving energy. The exchange of energy is fulfilling our need as human beings, including emotional need, so to speak. So it's energy in general is nourishment for your body, nourishment for your heart, nourishment for your mind and the spirit. So even the mind thinking takes energy. Scientifically, we know the brain is spending more energy than any other organ, any other part of your body.
That's weird, huh? It doesn't seem like it's doing anything.
Right. And I mean, the common experience when you're thinking too much, especially stressful thoughts, afterwards, you're just exhausted. You're not doing anything, right? At the end of the day, you feel exhausted. So you need energy to feed life in general, all function of physical, emotional, mental, spiritual. But in generally, as a living habit, okay, we're getting energy from the food. We're getting energy from whatever, the way we're living. But when we're experiencing problems such as health issue, even emotional, mental, spiritual issue, then realizing that's not enough. Our old pattern of life is not sustaining us energetically. So that's why the practice of Qigong is training you to connect with energy, cultivating energy, change the energy pattern more consciously, more proactively, beyond just getting energy from the food. Or take a walk in the nature, you feel better. That's wonderful. But that's not, often it's not enough. And especially when we're stressed. Sometimes when we're stressed, what happens? We eat more food. Yeah, the food addiction. Then actually, afterwards, we don't feel good. Then it doesn't really take care of the stress. So that is problematic. So the one main thing of Qigong practice is allow you to connect with your body, realizing the body carries the stress, then using these practice to release stress. Instead of depends on food, depends on someone else taking care of your stress, or pushing the stress away. So you're internally taking care of yourself, especially releasing stress everyday life, also releasing stress from a cumulative, experience of life, our history. Every day we're experiencing stressful circumstances, but life moves on. Then you're thinking, okay, a lot of things not resolved in the past. I don't know what to do with it. Today I have to live, facing life, what's happening right now. But you don't realizing the body carries so much stress from all these years of life. You don't realize any mental issue, even whatever circumstance is happening in our life, the body is taking on the stress. We're not aware of that. So without that awareness, we don't know how to release the stress.
Right. Yeah, you think you're not thinking about it anymore.
Right.
So it shouldn't be stressful anymore, but it still is.
It's still in the body, so to speak. Because we're not aware, then one day, I think many of us have that experience, yourself, or indirectly your family members or your friends. Suddenly, you're diagnosed, with certain illness. And, could be chronic or incurable condition. Then often we're shocked, we're surprised. Why me? I has been healthy. I have been active in my life. I was athletic. I was working full time.
Yeah.
So how could I be sick suddenly? But really, if you truly reflecting on life, truly know, nothing happens overnight. Nothing happens just suddenly overnight.
That time.
Exactly. Everything's been building up, especially the stress of your body has building up. Then certain point, over the time, we're running under the pressure. We have to walk through whatever life, move on. But the energy contraction, the stress is still in the body. So then eventually kind of exploded. Then suddenly the heart, malfunction, kidney system malfunction, nowadays experiencing a lot of immune system malfunction, respiratory system, brain malfunction, like Parkinson condition, so on. Then we're thinking we're shocked because we're not aware in the past what has been happening to this body. That's the number one issue. We're not aware.
Awareness, the lack of awareness.
Yeah.
Well,
And
how
that's
long
this
does
lack
it,
of connection with the body.
let's say that something took 5 years to build up to the point where it made you sick. How long
Usually,
will it take to get rid of it
right,
now?
good question. Good question. Then people asking like, what happened in my life, building up this stress, building up to this condition. You analyze that, then become so complex. Okay, I lost my job, I lost my relationship, and I had a
There's a
trauma.
pandemic.
I ate the wrong food. I was, living in the wrong place. Polluted the environment. All that might be true. Then suddenly realizing, oh my God, I'm the victim of everything in my life, and how can I change all that? And so when people ask me, what is the cause of my disease, I say everything. Everything.
Everything.
The truth is everything. No matter what the doctor tells you, whether allopathic medicine or alternative medicine doctor tell you whatever diagnosis, there's only touching small piece of what is true. But in the big picture, everything, your whole history, even your intergenerational, influence, your ancestors, even the collective energy right now we're experiencing, in society level, in the country level, we're affecting our health. And that is no-brainer. We all know that. But we don't approach health in this way.
About it.
Exactly. So on one hand, everything is a cause of your illness. But on the other hand, you can be cause of your healing. Because once you realize the energy is inside your body from all the stress, all the problem you experienced, as a result, the energy is contracted in the body. The energy is stressed in the body. Then Qigong, especially wisdom healing Qigong, is specialized releasing the contraction, releasing the stress, the pattern of energy inside of you, inside your brain, inside of your heart, inside of your 5-organ system, inside of your emotional body. Then suddenly you can make the change. Suddenly you can function better, continuously improving your health in all levels, not just physical. Emotional well-being, emotionally experiencing more joy, more love, more confidence, more compassion, so on. Because it's all to do with energy. When the energy contracted, then we were experiencing all these difficult emotions, difficult circumstances, starting with internal, including reacting to life with anxiety, with fear.
Okay. Well, this is this is interesting. Where could people get a hold of you if they want to talk to you more about this?
Yeah, and the easiest way, as I said now, through the internet. So through this interview, we're sharing a lot of resources, free resources with everybody, whoever want to try it out. First is the ancienthealingsecrets.com. ancienthealingsecrets.com, where you can find a free ebook, give you a lot of information, but also guided practice, especially to enhance your immune system, reduce stress, building up your resilience, and this time of great need. Then another resource is you can go to the Chi Center website, chicenter.com, where you can see a lot of free events we're offering, especially free practice, including meditation 3 times a week. And that's totally free for the public.
Okay, thank you so much. We appreciate that gift. Grateful. Thank you for being with us today.
Absolutely, my pleasure. Thank you for sharing this opportunity and sharing helpful, beneficial information with the world. Thank you for the work.
Okay, and we're having Shaman's Camp in August. If you can come, we'd love to have you.
All right, send me the information, please.
Okay, I will.
Yeah, so actually, Qigong and shamanism is very much parallel, very parallel.
That's what I was thinking.
Energetically, is very parallel. In China, Qigong can trace back to prehistorical time, and that time shamanism very active in China.
Everywhere. Yes.
Yeah, everywhere, exactly.
Yes.
So then Qigong takes slightly a different approach, is in a way more proactively engaged with your body.
We would love to have you come for Shaman's Camp. I'll send you all the info.
Okay, please. Yeah,
Okay.
please. We'd love to learn more about your work as well.
Thank you. Okay.
Blessing, blessing.
Namaste.